Communication are for those who work on it. Hello everyone, welcome to Shine Soft Skills with आकांक्षा सिंह। नमस्कार, मेरा नाम आकांक्षा सिंह है और आपका स्वागत है मेरे चैनल पे शाइन एंड सॉफ्ट स्किल्स में। कम्युनिकेशन की हम अब तक बात कर रहे हैं और मैंने काफी सारे पार्ट्स में कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स के बारे में जिक्र किया है और ये कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स आता है सॉफ्ट स्किल्स के अंदर। और सॉफ्ट स्किल्स एक ऐसी चीज है जो कि आज के डेट में सबको जरूरी है जाननी। सबको आता है, सबके अंदर वो स्किल्स है, बट वी नीड टू डिस्कवर इन विच स्किल्स वी आर गुड एंड विच स्किल्स वी नीड टू डू बेटर. So I'm here to help you out. Don't worry for that. Stay with my videos. Stay in link with my videos. Watch it, like it, subscribe it if you haven't done till now. So to move forward with the topic communication skills, last time we have discussed the Albert-Mehrabian rule. Now we are going to discuss the hurdles, the challenges, the barriers which is there in communication. When we communicate with the other person, so it is not like it is a smooth flow of communication. There will be hurdles, there would be challenges, there would be any barriers which will hinder or obstruct our way in communication. So let's understand this in a way. Communication barriers or barriers in communication leads to the loss of business or a loss of person in our lives. Like loss of person in the sense that our relationships get bitter or the misunderstanding is being created. So how it is been happening? The barriers are leading to confusion in our communication. That confusion is creating the leads of the incorrect information to the receiver. And when that receiver receives the incorrect information, that misunderstanding is being created. And when that misunderstanding gets created, we lose our business, clients, or the person we love. So, it is very important to note what are the barriers while you are communicating and how to resolve those barriers. There are many types of barriers we are surrounded with. So we'll go one by one and I will try to give you example to understand these barriers in a better way. First is semantic or you can say language barrier. Now what is language barrier? Any problem in communication occurring due to the language differences. For example, if I am communicating in English, many of my viewers would not be comfortable in that language. कोशिश करूंगी कि मैं हिंदी में भी बात करूं और समझाऊं कि what I'm trying to say, so that the audience will be comfortable and able to understand the message I'm sending. बट कभी कभी यही होता है कि जब लैंग्वेज डिफरेंसेस आ जाते हैं तो सामने वाला नहीं समझ पाता है कि वो बोल क्या रहा है. So that's why that barriers come in between and leads to confusion, leads to misunderstanding and there is a loss of business or person. Second आता है organizational barrier. हर organization में एक proper structure होता है, rules, guidelines, regulations होते हैं, due to which the junior people or the subordinates are not able to talk freely or openly to their managers or the seniors. That also creates barriers. This technological barrier. Any barrier, any obstacles, any problems occur due to the technology comes under this barrier. And technological barrier, you can understand it through example. मैं अपनी मदर से बात कर रही हूँ, फोन की बैटरी लो थी, फोन ऑफ हो गया, मेरी बात अधूरी रह गई. So that comes under the technological barrier. I have to submit a very important assignment to my client or the project related proposal and the deadline is today but my laptop is not working. That is a technological barrier. So next is cultural barriers. Any barrier, any obstacles arises due to the cultural differences. For example, North India का culture is different from South India. West India का culture is different from East India. So any of the person who is been residing throughout his life in North India and have got placement in South India, there would be so much of the cultural disparities or the differences which can create so many barriers for him during the communication which would be taking place in his workplace or within the, because he will take time to make new friends. He will take time to understand what the managers would be asking him for. Physical barriers. Physical barriers can be termed as the barriers which is occurred by the noise surrounding us, or you can say a height of a person is also a physical barrier. For example, if you are in a metro station and the map which is showing the way in which direction the metro is going, it is it is at a height and you cannot see it due to your height. So that is also a barrier, because that is a form of non-verbal communication which has been communicated by the metro people to you. So your height is short, that's why you cannot see it or read it. That's why that's a barrier for you. Physical barrier can be other, like during COVID time, we have started online sessions, we have been talking online, but that physical presence is very important, because when we are talking in front of that person, the face-to-face conversation differs a lot from the virtual conversation. So that is also a physical barrier which occurs during our communication. Next comes the psychological barrier. This barrier consists of many things. First is state of mind of the person, the education or the upbringing can be different, that creates a differences, misunderstanding between two people while they are communicating. How the state of mind affects. For example, I'm in a bad mood and my friend wants to share something to me and she is saying, but I'm not in a state of mind to understand or perceive the message which she is giving in the same way she wants me to perceive it. मैं समझ ही नहीं पाऊंगी वो क्या बोल रही है, because I'm lost somewhere else. So give that person a space, time to calm down to a reality. Now, how education creates a barrier. For example, I'm sending an email to my father who is not very tech savvy. He has not learned how to use the laptops or use the mail or Gmail. So, will not that create a barrier for us? He is not able to open a Gmail and read out the mail. I have to call him and tell him what I need to tell him. Sending mail to a person who is not able to read is not justified. How education creates barrier. Let's take an example. If somebody from the technical team comes up and tells me the technical jargons, I'm not able to understand it because I haven't studied that computer science. So I'm from a different background. My education field was different as compared to him. So we are not on the same page, and that may create a difference or misunderstanding, confusion. Then comes the upbringing. For example, a husband and wife. There are differences in them. Sometimes there are confusion created between them, and this is due to the upbringing, the difference in the upbringing of the husband and the wife. I'm just giving you a little example to understand it easily in a way. Don't go in a deeper insight that why husband and wife example has been given. It's just an example to make you understand that upbringing also creates a barrier between two people or more. Stay in touch with me to learn more, explore more, subscribe me to know more. Thank you so much.